Week 10 is here. Wide receiver start sits.
Yes.
The week after the wide receivers in the NFL decided to go MMA on people.
Yeah, man.
I mean, A.J. Green went total crazy.
Yeah.
Mike Evans went all cheap shot.
Yeah.
Mike Evans going to miss a game now.
Yep.
Can't
start him.
Yeah, don't. He's on our sit list this week. Make sure he is a must sit, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, a lot of people thought we were crazy for A.J. Green. And next thing you know, A.J.'s out of the game, flicking the wink, and you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he had no points. If you're in a PPR, he maybe had one or a half.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, he in the locker room. He looked mad, though.
He did.
Are you composed?
I'm good now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't make me say it again.
No, don't do it.
So we're going to go ahead and get into the wide receivers for Week 10.
Yep.
Staying with the bold theme.
We sticking bold.
Bold worked last week.
It did.
If you listened to us, it probably paid off. T.Y. Hilton, great week.
Man.
T.Y. went crazy.
That was a monster game.
Yeah. I mean, we had some good ones. Can't make all of them, obviously. But, hey, you know what? We appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Yeah.
But being bold was fun.
Yeah.
It made me enjoy watching the games more because I had a little bit more invested.
That's right.
So we're going to stay that way.
Hey, let's do it.
Who's your first bold one?
Well, my first bold one is Paul Richardson.
Okay.
It's not like super bold, but here's the thing. Arizona, like we spoke about them before, their defense is pretty good. The Honey Badgers out there, Patrick Peterson, a lot of these guys, Doug Baldwin will probably draw, Peterson. So Paul Richardson is going to be, one of those guys between him and Lockett. Lockett's more of your deep ball threat, that gamble. But Paul Richardson he's been very, very consistent the past few weeks. He's almost stepped into that wide receiver 2 range. He's close to it. He's definitely a flex play, typically every week. And again, like I said, if you're one of those guys that's needing wide receiver help, maybe you got somebody on a bye. If he's available, yeah, I like Paul Richardson a lot.
Yep, especially because they have to run a lot. I mean, they have to throw a lot because they can't run.
Exactly.
I mean, if they can't run, they got to do something with it.
Yeah.
Wilson can't hike the ball and just hold it.
No.
Somebody's got to get it.
Yeah.
Totally off, subject here, but did you see that play with Kirk Cousins? It was a high snap over his head, and at the very last second before he got annihilated, he just tossed it to Rob Kelly and sacrificed him for everybody.
Yeah. Get him.
Yeah, exactly. Not me.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. All right, well, I'm going to go on to my first guy. Somebody we got a lot of questions about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of an injury on a team with a horrible offense.
Right.
Sterling Shepard.
Right.
I saw 10 targets.
Yeah.
And that's not going away.
No.
He'll see 10 every week. And every week he's going to get a little better. But here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Niners.
Man.
Mm. Everybody does good against the Niners.
Everybody.
I mean, heck. I don't think we would do very good.
No.
But, I would try.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
About 15 years ago.
Man, maybe. You never know. About 25 pounds ago for me.
Anyway, too.
The Niners, weak pass defense. The whole team is just not, in sync. I mean, they're like a year away.
Mm-hmm.
Next year they'll be better.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't be much worse.
No.
But they'll be better. Sterling Shepard, though, like I said, he's going to see a ton of targets on an offense that's going to have to throw the ball because. I want to say they're always from behind because their defense is so bad. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're behind in this game, but it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Closer than you'd probably think it would be.
Yeah.
But Sterling Shepard, just for the volume alone, and he's a great talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been stuck in the slot. Now he's getting a chance to go to the outside, make some plays, and he's got a lot of talent, and Eli has very minimal options to look for. It's him or Ingram.
That's it.
Which one's going to get it?
Yeah. Hopefully, Odell doesn't walk in his peripheral vision because he might throw it to him on the sidelines.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point.
Yeah. I want to go with Mr. Anderson and the Jets.
The guy from The Matrix?
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
He would be pretty good.
He'd probably be a good receiver. He just magically show up in the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. But
Random thought.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie in forever.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
But, Robbie Anderson.
Robbie or Robbie?
Robbie. I don't know. I've heard a lot of different pronunciations.
What do you want to call him?
I'm going to say Robbie.
I'll go Robbie.
Okay. But anyway, Mr. Anderson. Against the Buccaneers. Man, the Bucs look horrible. And then we spoke upon this on previous episodes when we were talking about Jameis and quarterback starts and stuff like that. But the Buccaneers, man, like I said, they I don't think they can stop anybody right now, really. And it's just the whole team as a whole, man.
Frustration is starting to take over.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation. And again, like I said, the Jets are not gonna be like last week. They had a pretty good game. McCown, he aired it out, but I can see Robbie Anderson doing pretty good. This week. You might see a little ASJ.
ASGZ?
Yeah, but again, for a wide receiver start, I like Anderson a lot.
Yeah, at the beginning you're like, okay, well, it's just a fluke week for Anderson, and then all of a sudden the fluke week turned into 2 weeks, which turned into 3 weeks, which all of a sudden it's like, hey.
Yeah.
Dude ain't that bad.
Exactly.
He's consistent anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that I got here I've been kind of down on this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually kind of down on him last week. I missed on him last week.
Right.
But it wasn't a big miss because he didn't have a huge game.
Uh-huh.
I got to give a little love to one of the hometown guys.
Okay.
Honey Funchess of Oats.
All right.
Devin Funchess.
Okay.
I didn't like him last week.
Right.
I sat him last week.
Uh-huh.
And I think he had about 10, 11 fantasy points, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was going to do so great against number ones.
Yeah.
He struggled against number twos at times.
Yeah.
I think what it did, though, is by trading away Benjamin, obviously he gets a bigger target share. They don't have two big body receivers anymore.
No.
They got the one big body. They got the smaller guys down below with Russell Shepard and Curtis Samuel, and McCaffrey's more of a receiver than a running back.
Mm-hmm.
But Funchess kind of found a little bit of a role last week. Cam looked for him.
Right.
He immediately took over Kelvin's job, and whatever routes and stuff that Cam would be locked on Kelvin, he was locked on Funchess.
Yeah.
And that alone tells me that he trusts him enough to give him the ball a bunch.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing against Miami at home. I like Funchess this week.
Yeah.
I can't call him a sneaky play because he's the team's number one wide receiver.
Right.
He's obviously ranked in the wide receiver 3 territory.
Mm-hmm.
I like him more of a 2 this week.
Okay.
I'm taking him out of the flex, put him up as a wide receiver 2, especially if Miami can continue to score against the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
If Cutler comes out and has another one of those, old school Will Ferrell moments, like what happened? And then he wakes up and has 309 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's going to be even better for Funchess.
Yeah.
Carolina is kind of relying a little bit more on their run game.
Mm-hmm.
Cam's running a little bit more, which we thought was going to happen.
Yes.
Jonathan Stewart ran backwards. So, yes, he still got carries, but he ran the wrong way with it.
Yeah.
Or he fumbled it.
Right.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about the running game taking over.
Mm-hmm.
They're still run to keep the defense honest, but the running game doesn't quite work so well.
Right.
So look for Funchess. Big week. Funchess gets a touchdown this week.
I like it.
Honey Funchess of Oats.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, let's move into this guy. They just came off a bye, so any injuries or anything like that, hopefully they, mended those situations. But Adam Thielen to me is a good play this week against the Skins. Josh is gonna he's probably gonna have Diggs shout at him all over the field. And Thielen has really been the more consistent wide receiver, and especially in the past few weeks. Diggs came out the first few games, man, he looked amazing. And not saying that he won't continue that, trend, but Adam Thielen's been, very, very consistent. And again, like I said, I think he's going to be the one that's going to draw that second tier coverage. If they can get McKinnon, maybe sprinkle in a little Latavius in there, just establish the running game, get Rudolph involved. You may see Thielen.
It is almost Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's almost time to start involving Rudolph a little more.
Exactly.
This week's
yeah,
Rudolph the red zone reindeer.
That's it. But again, like I said, Thielen I think is a really good play. He's gonna see a lot of targets. It may split down the middle between 10 and 11 between him and Diggs, but Thielen will have a better opportunity in scoring, I think.
Yep, like Adam Thielen this week.
Yes.
I'm about to put one on that beat.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to JuJu it.
JuJuing it?
I'm JuJuing it this week.
Woo, man.
2 weeks ago was not a fluke.
No.
He does not have that type of game again. But he gets the Colts.
Yes.
They are on the road. I had Big Ben as one of my starts of the week. Big Ben's got to throw it to somebody.
Yep.
JuJu about to be on that beat.
That's a good matchup.
I like that matchup.
Yes.
I mean, he's not going to draw the top coverage. Obviously, he has the talent. He has the speed, the skill set. Ben obviously looks for him.
Yep.
JuJu, more of a flex.
Right.
I wouldn't put him in that wide receiver 2 range yet.
No.
But he's a solid flex play. And if you got JuJu this week, I know he had that bye week, and you kind of forgot about what JuJu was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
JuJu,
man,
he got it.
Yes, indeed.
I like JuJu. I like to say his name. It's fun. I mean, for no other reason, JuJu Smith-Schuster just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
But he's impressive. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't seem overly cocky.
Yeah.
His touchdown celebrations are whack.
Well,
A hide and seek one I was not a fan of.
Well, come on.
I was embarrassed just watching it. Like I had to hide in my son's eyes. I'm like, you can't see this, son.
Right.
This is not what football is.
No.
This was not the Travis Kelce sack race. I like the sack race. That was fun.
That was
Hide and seek behind the goalpost was. Anyway, JuJu Smith-Schuster should be in your flex spot this week.
Yeah.
If you need him.
Yeah. I do. I agree. I like him a lot, man. Again, he's really turned into Martavis Bryant of 2015. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But let's transition over to the sits. This is a guy, I really think a lot of, off the field and on the field. He seems like he's a level-headed guy. Larry Fitzgerald, really like that guy, but
it's a true professional.
True. I mean, in every sense of the word, you know what I mean? And every year, he's always consistent. We may, be looking at him in a different light if Palmer was playing, but Drew is serviceable and he can give him the ball. But this week, I don't have a good feeling with it. Going against Seattle, Richard Sherman, he's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not obviously the same defense that they have been.
Right.
They're not the Legion of Boom anymore.
No.
But they still have playmakers. I mean, not having Earl Thomas is a huge blow for them.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, Sherman will be on Fitz, whether he travels with Fitz. Fitz plays a lot of times in the slot.
Yes.
If Fitz gets more time in the slot, that takes Sherman out of it a little bit.
Right.
But even with that, Stanton still kind of...
He's iffy.
He doesn't take away Fitz's, what I want to say, his mojo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fitz is still going to get some.
Yeah.
But it's just capped.
Yeah.
Stanton's not going to give him the big day. It turns him into more of a flex instead of a wide receiver 2.
Yes.
If you got 3 wide receivers, then Fitz probably fits that. But he's not.
Yeah, no.
Even, Stanton, I like Stanton.
Yeah.
He's not horrible for a backup, but he's not, he's not exciting.
No. And plus, they're going to run the ball probably 40 times anyway.
Peterson's trying to set records.
Yeah.
I need him to get 900 yards.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't have him on my team, but I have a side bet. I need him to get 900 yards as a part of the Cardinals.
Gotcha.
That was a bold bet. 2 weeks ago, I was regretting it. Then I see him get 37 carries, and I'm like, I got a chance.
It may happen.
It needs to happen.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
Yeah. Well, and this other sit, it's another guy that I think a lot of people probably have on their teams. It's probably their number 1 receiver. But it kind of correlates with the sit for quarterbacks that we had in the previous video. Is Keenan Allen. Again, they're going against Jacksonville, a.k.a. Saxonville. These guys are, man, awesome.
It's an easy way to answer a question.
Yeah.
When somebody asks you, should they start or sit somebody against Jacksonville?
Right.
Why take the risk?
Exactly.
I don't care if they're a stud or a bench player.
Yeah.
Don't take the risk.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Ramsey, is top notch. He's
almost choked out, but he's good.
Yeah, and since he can't take it out on AJ, he might take it out on Keenan Allen. I mean, typically guys when they get embarrassed, especially in the professional ranks, they want to come back and have a great performance. But anyway, that defense as a whole, man, is just they're playing, they're kicking on all cylinders, and I don't like Keenan Allen this week.
Yeah, and it's hard because you didn't have him last week, and he is such a favored target of Phillip Rivers.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just not a great matchup.
No.
I mean, that's all it is
yeah.
They're going to have to try to move the ball on the ground a little bit.
Yep.
With Melvin, but I don't see Melvin going crazy. I mean, it's just not worth it. Take him, hide him on your bench.
Yeah.
He'll be there next week for you.
Right.
But this week, I'll pass. I will pass. All right. Yeah. Well, since we're going sits and we're kind of being bold, I'm going to go bold on this one. And this is somebody we talked about before we started recording. I don't know if we want to go that bold or not.
Right.
I want to go that bold.
Okay.
I'm going to sit DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh. Okay.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. And a lot of people asked a question about him last week because of, the injury to Watson. Hopkins, even with Savage in there, I mean, he had 16 targets.
Yeah.
He had tons of targets, 86 yards and a touchdown. And don't get me wrong, it's hard for me to say sit him.
Yep.
Okay, if you have him and you have, somebody down here like Marquise Lee or DeAndre Hopkins, yes, start DeAndre Hopkins.
Right.
But I'm not overly confident. They're going to be in LA against the Rams. The Rams defense is kind of feeding off the offense a little bit.
Yeah.
They're motivated. They can see the fruits of their efforts. They're starting to pay off. I think McVay is a great coach.
Oh, yeah.
Great offensive mind,
yes,
but that
indeed.
defense is kind of playing to it. You know what I mean? They're kind of they're stepping up.
Yeah.
They're not going out there and laying an egg while the offense carries this team. They're overall very solid.
Right.
Savage. Savage was benched for Watson for a reason.
Yeah.
He's not great. Whether he has a decent game or not, it's not consistent enough for me. DeAndre Hopkins is a great talent. I love watching him play. I mean, spectacular catches.
Yeah.
Quick. Like I said, he sees 395 targets a game, which is impressive. I'm not expecting a bunch this week. No. Flex play, if you got it. No other choices. Throw him in there as your wide receiver too, but be ready.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah.
He could. I can see him being very big play dependent.
Right.
This week, he's going to need one big play to make it a salvageable day.
Yeah. And again, like I said, it could happen, but you just gotta kind of temper your expectations when it comes to that. We talked about this guy and his team as well, especially the quarterback. I'm going with Kelvin Benjamin this week.
Fat Kelvin.
Yeah, it's if he plays like, I don't know 100%, but everything is trending towards him playing this week. And if that's the case, it's not a good debut against Marshawn Lattimore and the Saints crew. That's just that's almost a recipe for disaster. Kelvin's a big target. I agree, but you're going into a new offense. You're having to learn the routes. It's a lot of things that come into play. We don't know if him and Tyrod have any type of rapport yet. It's a big gamble. I would almost say you need to wait at least a week, especially this week. Like I said, going against the Saints is iffy anyway. But just give it a week just to see how he plays and everything, and see how they actually use him. I'm not saying he, maybe on a snap count, but again, this guy's coming into a totally new offense. It's a difference when a wide receiver comes into an offense versus a running back. the plays can be simplified to a certain degree for a running back like JJ. That whole situation, he looked pretty good because you don't have to do too many. It's not as I don't want to say hard, but it's just the routes that they have to run. It's just so much they got to consume. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Benjamin, just give him a week.
Kevin and Kelvin. Sit them both.
Sit them both, man. Yeah, sit them both. It's been a long day,
That's
y'all.
right. It's been a long day. We'll go here for the last start, or for the last sit of the week.
Yeah.
I'm going DJax.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to ask about him because Mike Evans is going to be out. He's going to be the number one.
Yes.
Playing against a rejuvenated Jets defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they out there getting jiggy with it on the field. They're dancing, they're having fun, they're playing good. The offense looks good, the defense looks good.
Yeah.
It's not the Jets who are in the running for an 0-16 season.
No.
I mean, they don't look half bad.
That's true.
But it's hard to say that about the Jets.
Yeah, it is.
But they don't look half bad. DJax, I mean, you're going to have Fitzmagic back there. Doug Martin can't seem to run forward. The improved defense of the Jets, it's just intangible after intangible is getting stacked up here. And it may not go so well for Tampa Bay.
No.
I mean, DJax going to have an opportunity for more targets, but I don't see that translating into more catches.
No. I mean,
they're going to be able to focus on him. There's no Mike Evans.
Right.
To me, this seems like more of a tight end game.
Exactly.
Which we'll get into in our tight end star sits.
Yes.
Check that out. But no, to me, Deshaun Jackson, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Pass on him this week.
Agree.
So those were our start sits for wide receivers. We appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah,
hit that little thumbs up and the subscribe button. We like that. Make sure you ask us some questions, get us some comments, follow us on Twitter. Send us email messages on our Gmail. However you want to get in touch with us, we'll respond to you.
Yeah.
If you ask us a question at 12:58, 2 minutes before kickoff, we'll try.
Well, yeah.
We'll try hard. You know what I mean? We try to get every question we possibly can.
Yeah.
Only because we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
We take the time because we appreciate y'all. So make sure you guys stick with us. Keep following us. We'll get you as much of the good information as we can.
Yes, indeed.
And we look forward to hearing back from you.
Yes.
That's right. Indeed. You guys have a good rest of your week. We appreciate it.
Peace.